You know what I just realized, bro? And it's kind of insane when you really think about it. Having two jobs is like the new normal now.
As somebody who works two jobs, it's not a flex.
These days, you gotta have a job for the bills and a job for yourself.
I don't care what you say. Working a full-time and a part-time and still struggling financially should not be normal.
So if you're out there working two jobs or more and you still feel behind nowadays, this isn't a motivation issue. This is a reality issue. Because in 2026, having one job isn't enough for a lot of Americans. And having two still doesn't guarantee stability. Now, there was a time when a second job meant that you were hustling for extra money, whether it be a vacation fund, a down payment, or just a little extra cushion, right? Today, a second job often just means that you're trying to get some breathing room. Not to get ahead, but just to stay afloat here in this society. A typical week for a lot of Americans looks like this. A day job that barely covers rent and utilities, then a night or weekend job that covers your groceries and gas. No real days off, no real recovery, just switching uniforms and repeating the same cycle. The most expensive thing that people are losing throughout all this is not money, it's time. It's their time to rest, it's their time to take care of their health, it's their time to maintain relationships, and time to think about long-term plans. When every free hour is monetized, life becomes a series of shifts instead of a life. Rent keeps moving faster and faster, your healthcare keeps moving up, food keeps getting expensive, and transportation keeps going up and up every single year. So yeah, one job covers yesterday's cost of living, but not today's. That gap gets filled with gig work, overtime, side hustles, and second jobs, not because people want to grind forever, like nobody wants to do that, but because the baseline has moved and people are trying to figure out how they can get ahead with the new rules that we have in this society. Now, the cost of the grind is very crucial to work in to work in two jobs. Two jobs just doesn't cost you your time either. It costs your health. Your sleep can get shorter, stress gets normalized, meals get rushed and skipped, injuries and burnout get ignored because there's just quote unquote no time to be sick. Over time, this lifestyle doesn't just exhaust you, it will literally erode you. And two jobs used to be a temporary thing as well. Now it's becoming structural, which is very scary. It's not a phase, but it's unfortunately a lifestyle for a lot of people here in America. And that is dangerous because when survival requires constant overwork, burnout isn't a personal issue, it's a predictable outcome that people try to prepare for. So if your life feels like a endless loop of work, commute, sleep, and repeat, that's not because that you lack discipline, it's because the economic floor rolls faster than our paychecks. You're not lazy, you're not unmotivated, you're responding rationally to pressure the best way you can. A society where two jobs are required to maintain basic stability isn't a society that has a motivation problem, it has a cost of living problem.
You know what I just realized, bro? And it's kind of insane when you really think about it. Having two jobs is like the new normal now. It's actually insane when you really think about it. You mean to tell me that back then you need two jobs to like get extra money, yada yada yada, maybe you want to do something, extra in your life that you couldn't do with one job, so you just get another one just to get some extra money. Why do we need two jobs to survive? That should not be a common fucking thing to have. Needing two jobs to survive and one job is paying just as good as the other and you need to survive is actually like one of the craziest things ever. And what's more insane is, where do we go from here? Like, where do we go? There's no way in hell I'm gonna be working two jobs for the rest of my life. Something gotta change, bro. Like, obviously get a better career, but something gotta change up in that goddamn office.
I don't care how hard life gets. I could be $800,000 in debt. I could have 12 children. I could need money so desperately. What I won't do is work two jobs. You will never see me clock into one job and then clock into another job the same day. I don't give a fuck if I have to save a whole hospital of kids. I'm not clocking into two jobs. Now, if I clock out of my job and go work on my own business, that's different. But for me to literally go from one 8-hour shift to a 5-hour shift or a 6-hour shift. I'm not doing that. If life ever gets to that point, I'm crashing out on everybody. Everybody will be a victim. Everybody, including you, will feel me. I will be a super villain. Life will be a GTA server. Because I do not see how people can do that shit. Working 2 jobs? Call me soft hands, call me what you want to call me. But you will never call me into a second job after I just clocked the fuck out.
As somebody who works 2 jobs, it's not a flex. It's not as much as a flex as you people think it is. Working 2 jobs, although I am in a better financial position than what I was in before working 2 jobs, but it comes to a point where you're like, you'll get to a point to where your entire life is work. Like, literally, you wake up, go to work, and then your entire day is work. And then you go to sleep and get ready to go back to work 2 jobs the entire day again. Like, that shit gets really depressing sometimes. But hey, fuck it. Sometimes I gotta do what I gotta do. But it's not a flex because I shouldn't have to be working 2 jobs to maintain some sense of stability and to afford the basic necessity.
I know what God really wants, damn it. He wants me to kill my motherfucking self. That's why he fucks with me. That's why he gave me a fucked up ass life. But the joke's on him. I ain't gonna give that motherfucker the satisfaction.
I tell you what I'm not gonna do, and I did it before. I'm not going back to working 2 jobs. I did that shit before. That shit is destructive to your health. It's destructive to your home life. Like, you should not have to work 2 jobs just to survive. Like, we're talking about fighting for survival in America. We're literally killing ourselves trying to survive. In what world does that make sense? That's not the American dream. Where is that at? When I was told about the American dream, working 2 jobs, missing out on time with your family, missing your kids growing up wasn't fucking part of it. This shit needs to change. It has to. Working 2 jobs is not it.
I did it. Mwah! Am I tripping, or does everybody have a second job? Everybody got something on the side to give them a little extra money. If it's extra job, extra hobby, or just something, everybody doing it. Well, most people I know, hell, almost every TikToker I know that's not like super big is still working a 9 to 5. I'd be like, damn, ain't you making $8,000-$10,000 from this? No, they still working a regular job too. And you know what? In this economy, I ain't mad at them. You might need to do that. Hell, with everybody getting laid off, it might be the best thing to do. One of my homies, he work a 9 to 5. He work an overnight job part-time. And he do TikTok. I'd be like, damn, bro, do you ever sleep? Like, remember the times when we can just go and just work at the post office and raise a full family, go get a house, get a pension, retirement plan, everything? Not today. These days, you go to the post office, work your 9 to 5, get off, get to your next job, work that for a few hours, and then you might be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment.
I hate working 2 jobs. I just clocked out of my 8-hour shift, waiting in my car for 30 minutes to clock into my next 8-hour shift. All I want to do is go home, go to sleep, lay in bed. I fucking hate it here.
This is what that look like right here. To grind, to work 2 jobs. Come straight here right after I got off it. Yeah. Because I didn't want to get off late. So I came here immediately to clean my buildings. Cleaning, like I said, I'm cleaning 4 tonight. Every other day I clean 5. I'm so tired. This is my really big building, so that's why I'm sweating so much. See, that's why I need to be a content creator. I need to get me to 10K. Look at me. And it's burning no water on my face. This is all sweat.
Okay, so I just finished reading this article about side hustles and how 40% of millennials and Gen Zs have side hustles right now. but not because of passion, because of practicality, because we're all afraid that there's going to be another recession, and we've already lived through 2 in our young adult lives, and we don't want to deal with it again because we're all sick of living paycheck to paycheck. And this like looming doomsday feeling of every single company doing layoffs is like making us live on this survival mode of like, I need 2 jobs to live 1 life kind of vibe. And they went into these like profiles of different people that are doing this, and they were talking about this one woman who runs a PR agency, and she just started a side hustle like cleaning business for residential and commercial buildings. But you know what the crazy thing is? She's a jazz musician, and she used to do like music and jazz on the side, like at bars, and she'd play the bar circuit, and that was like her fun side hustle, which is like, side hustles used to be about passion and doing something you care about, because your 9 to 5 might not have been like cutting it in that sense, but like you were still able to do your thing on the side, right? No. She didn't go back to do that. She started this cleaning business because she's realizing that a side hustle has to be about practicality, not passion. And it's like, it's to the point where UC Irvine, they talked about how UC Irvine is now teaching students to have a side hustle and how to manage that along with a 9 to 5. So like kids are like going to college to get a degree, to get a full-time job, to go down this path. And then also like, hey, by the way, you're going to have to work more at a second job. And how are we going to pick that second job? And how are you going to pick that second job and make it something that makes you kind of happy, but is also practical? We're preparing future generations to work 2 jobs to live 1 life. That's the job market right now.
I don't understand how people live. It's amazing to me that people wake up every morning and say, yeah, another day, let's do it. How do people do it? I don't know how.
I don't know why on earth I thought I could work 2 jobs. Baby, no. One of these finna have to go. Like, if I'm ever in a tough situation where, like, I'm finna get an eviction and I had to get another job, girl, y'all just don't have to evict me, baby. I can't work 2 jobs.
We live in a society where it's very difficult for people to make it on 1 income. It's difficult to make it on 1 income, and you have to try and endure your wife being under the influence of a job and the people at her job and everything else.
Say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. My heart's gifts got me by. Why don't wanna cry, no cry.
I don't care what you say. Working a full-time and a part-time and still struggling financially should not be normal. It should not be a thing that you have to do. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
These days, you gotta have a job for the bills and a job for yourself. I'm about to start my second job myself on the 21st of this month, and it ain't no joke out here. I don't even have no kids or nothing crazy going on. I own both of my vehicles. I just need a job for myself. But I actually enjoy content creating, so I'm hoping that becomes a form of income soon. We're real close to 10K followers, and I appreciate you guys for that. But make sure y'all get that money for yourself and that money for y'all bills, because this inflation is something serious. With that being said, we always gonna remain thankful, and make sure you like, share, and repost if you agree. If you don't, leave a comment.
I have $87 to my name. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Working 2 jobs should not be normal, gang. Working 2 jobs should not be a normal thing for people, bro. A lot of people I know, a lot of people I meet, gang, working 2 jobs. And that shit is normal for a lot of people. I don't understand. Like, working jobs should not be a normal thing to support your family, bro. You should be able to work 1 job, gang. Like, that shit don't make no sense, bro. You should not have to work 2 jobs and still barely be able to support. Shit is ridiculous.